fix it. So, we'll be able to play. I have to fix other mods, but I'm gonna do that later because I just wanna get going on the videos. So, we're gonna go join the Stormcloaks. And if I sound bad, it's because I have a cold.
My heart goes out to Clan Shattershield.
Algrith won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you... Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you? You've come to the right place, then. Speak with Galmar. I'm always looking for able fighters. We're all branded villains, so long as your past stays in the past, and you fight for me with honor and integrity. We'll welcome you into our ranks.
If he's not with us, he's against us. Tell me, why does an elf want to fight for Skyrim? You mistake me. I'm not saying no. We're not looking for sellswords. The Stormcloaks need dedicated men and women who are devoted to the cause and willing to die for it. Can't fault anyone for that. As long as you hate the Empire as much as I do, that I can work with. All right. But before I can put you to use, I need to know how much you can take. I have a little test for you. The kind men use to measure themselves. I'm sending you to Serpentstone Island. If you survive, you pass. If you die, well, you weren't going to be much use to me anyway. It's where men have tested their metal for ages. It's a strange rock formation built by the ancients. Something about that place attracts the ice wraiths. You kill an ice wraith out there, and I'll have all the proof I need about you. We'll see about that, won't we? Here, take this. You'll need it. Use it on the island. Don't lose it. Try not to die.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I...
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier.
Yeah.
Ready for them.
Yes, well, you can stay away from mine, you hypocrites.
I'll be right back. I gotta do something. Hey everyone, I'm back. Sorry. Hey viewer.
You one of those Skyrim for the Nords types? And you're right, at least as far as I'm concerned. Don't let Ulfric or some of these other short-sighted Nords bother you. Most of us are happy to welcome newcomers. Help the Dark Elves? Oh, you must have heard me talking to Malfir. The Dark Elves live in a run-down slum called the Grey Quarter. Ulfric's content to keep it that way. I guess they think I can open Ulfric's eyes to their plight, and get him to lift a finger on their behalf. I'm trying, but Ulfric is set in his ways. For him, there's two kinds of people in this world. Nords, and the folk beneath them. I killed a lot of High Elves in the Great War, and I didn't die. I guess that makes me a war hero. The Great War. There was nothing great about it. Thousands died on both sides. And where did it get us? Did we really save the Empire? Or did we just plant the seeds for Ulfric's uprising? And another war. Whenever a group of marauders attack a Nord village, Ulfric is the first to sound the horn and send the men. But a group of Dark Elf refugees gets ambushed, a group of Argonians or a Khajiit caravan, no troops, no investigation, nothing. There's a group of cutthroats out there right now that Ulfric doesn't lift a finger to bring to justice, as long as they don't threaten Nord land. That's a brave offer. I'd be happy to throw in my coin behind that. You deal with them. I'll make sure you get paid. Maybe this old soldier will throw in some lessons as well. Show those marauders what Windhelm justice tastes like.
Tell me again why we're wasting time and dwindling resources chasing a legend. We don't even know it exists.
The Jarls are upset. They don't all support you.
Damn the Jarls.
They demand the moot.
And damn the moot! We should risk letting those milk drinkers put Torik's woman on the throne? She'll hand Skyrim over to the elves on a silver
You're
plate.
alive. I owe Ulfric a drink. I have to admit, I didn't think we'd be seeing you again. I misjudged you. You're definitely Stormcloak material. It's time we made this official. You ready to take the oath? Before you're one of us, you must swear fealty to Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak, future High King of Skyrim. You must also pledge unswerving loyalty to your fellow Stormcloaks, to Skyrim, and to her people. That's the spirit. By swearing this oath, you become one of us, a heroine of the people, a true daughter of Skyrim, a Stormcloak. Repeat after me. I do swear my blood and honor to the service of Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm and true High King of Skyrim. As Talos is my witness, may this oath bind me to death and beyond. Even to my lord, as to my fellow brothers and sisters in arms. All hail the Stormcloaks, the true sons and daughters of Skyrim. Now you're one of us, which means you get to tag along on a little trip with me. Oh, and here. You're a Stormcloak now. You ought to look the part. All the more reason. I have found the final resting place of the Jagged Crown. Can you believe it? Well, I'm almost certain. We're headed to Corvinjune, but if old King Borgus is indeed buried there, we're bound to run into trouble of some kind. Your fellow Stormcloaks are already assembling outside the tomb. I'll meet you there as soon as I'm finished up here. Have you not heard that ancient verse? Maw unleashing rays of snow, of dragons from the blue brought down, birth the walking winter's woe, the High King in his jagged crown. Going way back to King Harald's time, or even before, the High King always wore the jagged crown. It was the symbol of his might and power. The crown is made from the bones and teeth of ancient dragons, and it is said to contain a portion of the power of every king who has worn it. True or not, who would dare deny Ulfric's claim when the legendary jagged crown sits upon his brow? It's true. The location of the crown was lost with King Borgus after the Great Hunt killed him while he was off on his damned Alessian campaigns. But legend holds, his body was secretly returned to Skyrim and buried with the crown, its exact whereabouts lost in the following Wars of Succession. Through sources that shall remain nameless, I've tracked down what I believe to be the final resting place of King Borgus, Corvinjune. If the crown exists, it will be there. Aye, the Great Hunt killed old King Borgus. Gods only know with what profane arts those elves cursed his remains. Curses notwithstanding, The tombs of kings are always full of traps to ward off grave robbers, are they not? But nothing a band of stormcloaks can't handle, I assure you. Reasons. Since when does a man need a reason to protect his family, to defend his homeland? It's the damn Outlanders and Empire that need the reasons. Not this Empire. The world's better without it. Certainly Skyrim is. I fought in the Imperial Army in the war against the Dominion. I bled and spilled blood for the Empire. And for what? The Empire to bend its knee before those evil elf bastards? Signing a treaty meant to kill the heart of the Empire itself? No. I will have no part of any such empire. And I will gladly gut anyone who says otherwise. Enough talk. There's much to do. What? Get over with the rest of the men that... First, we'll kick the Thalmor and their bloody Imperial puppets out of the country. Then, we will rebuild Skyrim into the land she once was. When we are done with that, we will take our army to the Dominion and show those pointy bastards. Not every man is fit to be their slave. No, but this one.
If it even exists.
It exists, and it will be the symbol of the righteousness of our cause. Think about it.
Okay, that was a lot of info.
It heralds back to a time before... Jarls and moons.
Now I'm gonna go do the main
Back
quest.
to the time when the king was a... Because his enemies fell before him, and his people...
Only burn.
Okay, sorry, I was doing
Used to
something
be
real
an
quick.
adventurer here. Then I arrow.
That's why I haven't heard that one before. Yeah, I'm pretty confused. Where is this guy? What the hell? I want to wait 24 hours to see if that does anything. What the
Let's
hell?
move faster.
We're gonna try something out. I'll go talk to him first, see if he knows anything.
I used to dream of it. In the dream I was standing someplace high up, a tower or a mountain. It was always just
thanks.
before dawn.
Hot.
The whole world was in darkness. Ah, you're back. I hope you've made some progress on tracking down this shout we need to defeat Alduin. Ah, indeed. And there's a pretty puzzle. Not the kind of thing you will find in your local bookshop. Let me think.
Perhaps the College of Winterhold. What learning there is in Skyrim is gathered there. One of the mages there may be able to put you on the trail of this Elder Scroll.
Do you know the College of Winterhold? They have a deep interest in such arcana. Haven't you been paying? If we can, or not. There's no guarantee. Then came the flash of light, just on the horizon, within the clouds.
Do you need something?
The border.
In a cave. Anywhere, just out of
Could have
this.
been light.
Falmore hunted us down, remember? It wasn't exactly great, but we have a headquarters of a sort now. We will rebuild the Blades. Someday. If you find anyone you think would make a good recruit, I can certainly take a look at them. Remember, though, being a Blade is a lifelong commitment. Their loyalty has to be with us once they're in.
Then it came again.
what is
this
it?
time more distinct, close. Definitely not.
Let me
like
guess.
ours is already
You want to
really
talk?
color of
Okay then.
and dawn.
I'm right behind you. Let's get going then.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Okay, I guess I'm going to the College of Winterhold. I'm not really a magic person, but... Looks like I'll have to fight a dragon first.
So tough to me. Most people like to hunt animals. I also love to hunt people. That's pretty much it.
I never would have believed it if I had to see it with my own eyes. What manner of magic is this?
Okay, now I'll go get into the college.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of college beforehand. This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim. A place of wisdom and arcane knowledge. I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within? Do you? It is true there are some here who have spent years studying the accumulated knowledge of the scrolls. But what you seek does not come easily, and can destroy those without a strong will. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will. You know, I think you're right. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice. I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
Finally! I thought she was never going to let us in.
I believe I've made my... Welcome to the... Another new student. Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your current clothes. I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Are you ready to begin? Wonderful. Please follow me,
Yes,
and don't wander off. The College of Winterhold has been a fixture in Skyrim for thousands of years. The prominent feature here is the Hall of the Elements. It's our primary location for lectures, practice sessions, and general meetings. The Arcanium is located above the hall, and the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically in charge of the college, the Archmage's responsibilities often keep him occupied. Thus, I run the day-to-day operations. Now, if you'll please follow me, I'll show you the living quarters. Unfortunately, we've had to implement more stringent entry disciplines for local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence, but it never hurts to be prepared.
Wow, this college tour is so interesting.
Our newest members are housed here, in the Hall of Attainment. I'll ask that you please keep your voice down while inside, as others may be working on research or delicate experiments. Now I'll show you to your quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll meet shortly. This is where you'll be staying. This bed and desk are yours. Please try and be considerate of others. Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's... No? Well, then she hasn't gotten to you yet. But she will. And don't you believe a word of it. Well, I suppose I could use it. For all... I want her notes. You think you could get them for me? I'll throw some... Just get the notes and bring them to me. Good, good. All right. This should be enough to figure out what she's up to. Good work. Here, take this and keep quiet.
Tolfdir is likely already addressing the new apprentices. Go on in, and if you have any problems, let one of our senior members know. Please don't bother the Archmage unless it... There are no expectations. This college is a place to study and practice magic freely. Hopefully any discoveries made in your pursuits will be shared with the members of the college first. That way, we all benefit. Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Beralda can teach destruction spells, and offers training. Finis is one of the best conjurers in all of... Don't let if you can find him. And finally, there's Colette. She may be difficult to get along with. She's very knowledgeable when it comes to restoration magic.
Another new apprentice, I see. Are you of the sort that believe you're here to change the world? Or are you only in it for yourself? I assure you that I shall be watching all of you very closely. Now that stability has been established between the Dominion and the Empire, we seek only to help Skyrim, to guide its people through this time of transition, to help lead them to a better future. I am an advisor to the Archmage. The Thalmor wish to promote relations with your college. I am at the Archmage's disposal if he requires advice. Perhaps not as often as he should. In time, I believe he will be more trusting.
Welcome, welcome. We were just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can and will destroy you.
Sir, I think we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Of course, my dear, of course. You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability. That much is not being questioned. What I'm talking about is true control, mastery of magic. It takes years, if not decades, of practice and study.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's get started.
Please, please. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution.
I do love there.
But
Once
we've
I
only
started
just
singing
arrived
at the
here.
top of
You've
my
no
voice,
idea what any of us are
someone
capable
told me to stop shouting.
It's a chance to show you what we can do.
Then I replied, "Do I look dragonborn or like one of those
You've
creepy
been
old
quiet
guys who
so
live on the
far.
mountaintops?
What do you think we should do? Not going to weigh in either way? I admire your restraint, but there are times when you must make decisions, even without all the facts. Rely on instinct.
We're all pretty new at this, right? Let's just give it a chance. What's the worst that could happen?
All right, let's settle down. I suppose we can try something practical. In continuing with our theme of safety, we'll start with wards. Wards are protective spells that block magic. I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see if you can successfully use it to block spells, all right? Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? Are you at all familiar with ward spells? That's what this lesson is for. Now, if you'll just stand right over... Would you mind helping me with the demonstration? That's what this lesson... Now, if you'll just... Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell
I think I'll
and
sit
keep
this
it up.
lesson out. Good luck with your
You have to
fancy
keep your
spell
ward
casting.
up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you. Over there,
I'm
please,
all ears.
just opposite me.
Well, not
Wouldn't want
literally,
anyone
of
else in the
course.
way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up. Hold still. You have to keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you. Over there, please, just opposite me. Wouldn't want anyone else in the way. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up.
Let me guess. You want to talk?
Keep your ward up, or else... won't work. Now, cast the ward spell and keep it up.
Yes, I'm listening.
Or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you. Over there, please, just opposite. Wouldn't want anyone else. the ward spell. Keep it up. Hold still. Keep your ward up, or else this won't work. I don't want to hurt you. Over there, please. Just opposite me.
Okay, if it doesn't work again, I'm just gonna move on and say screw it.
Cast the ward spell and keep it up. Hold still. Excellent work. Well, I think this is an excellent start. I'd like you all to continue practicing with wards, please. I think perhaps we're ready to begin exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout history. The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation in the ruins of Sarthal nearby. It's an excellent learning opportunity. I suggest we meet there in a few hours and see what awaits us inside. That's all for now. Thank you.
Have you mastered the expert-level destruction spells yet?
Yeah, I think he's missing his hands.
It is good to finally be around mages who may be able to keep up with Zargo.
You here too, eh? I'd hoped I wouldn't be the only Nord. I should have known better. Until next
Before
time.
you even ask, yes, does that cover everything? No, I suppose we haven't. Brelina Marion of House Telvanni. First of my family to leave Morrowind in a long
Okay, now we'll just go
College is
continue
a bit
the
of
quest.
an oddity in Skyrim.
And then I'll probably end it here because I'm already at 52 minutes. So I'll just do whatever's next and then... As I was saying, sorry. I'll do what I'm doing right now. And then I'll end the video.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance? If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations. Well, all right, here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful. A moth priest? What in oblivion do you need a moth priest? Fine, fine, no need to get you... The obvious answer is to go to the Imperial City. The moth priests make their home in the White Gold Tower. Sometimes they go out look... He stopped in to do some research in the library, then left for Dragonbridge. If you hurry, you might catch him there. May your next fight bring you victory, friend. As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and... Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us. A mage is only as good as what he knows. I try to make sure as much knowledge is available as possible. We've been keeping this collection since the Second Era. Of course I do. Mages need to be reminded to be careful around. And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just... You think that even if I did, it would be kept under the highest security? The greatest thief in the world would... What about? Wait. Are you? Were you the one? I'll bring everything we have on them. But it's not. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. Until next time. Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them.
I don't want to see you treating any of these... Aye, that's the work of Septim. He's the world's master of the... He's been gone for a long while. Oh no, I hope not. Became obsessed with the Dwemer. Somewhere in the ice fields, if you want to try to find him.
Okay, that's gonna be all for this video. I'll see you. Don't forget to follow my Twitter, which is
so jolly in Skyrim. Anyways, let's go and find this Septimus
I
guy.
forgot, because it's like different on
If this book
everything.
is anything to go by, then this should be interesting.
Don't forget to follow my Twitter, which is just the damsel, but you might want to look for the damsel1, because that's what it says for username. And then my Instagram is the damsel78, so you can just look that up on Instagram. And oh, and I have one that I share with Ninja, which is it's Damsel and Ninja. Just search that and you should be able to find it. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.